Hi, everybody. This is Jason.
This is Pete.
And this is the Lost Legions podcast. And what are we doing today, Pete?
We're scouting.
We're
scouting. We're talking about units, a unit showcase. We're back with our unit showcase series. And top guest for for what it is we're talking about, it's, well, you probably know by the thumbnail anyway, but it's the Scout Squad. So yeah, Jay's been using the regular Scout Squad and been having a bit of success with them. So yeah, Jay wanted to do a quick ramble about them and what his thoughts are.
Wait, so sausage being made right now, is it unit spotlight or is it unit showcase?
Sorry, spotlight.
No, it's fine. This is the second one we've ever done, so I thought it was unit spotlight. But it was the text is right here. So this is how the sausage is made.
I didn't quite understand that scout there was holding a dagger. I thought he was holding like a brass number 1 or something. I wasn't really sure what he was holding there. Or like a magazine for his belt pistols. It's a bit weird looking. But anyway, yeah, scouts. Take it away, Jay.
Cool. So I recently in a game have used the normal scout squad with nemesis bolters. They are 95 points. And I was really impressed with what they did for the amount of points. So I thought we would jump in and talk a little unit spotlight, kind of like we did for Pete's Shadow Sword, and just kind of talk about things that impress us for different reasons as we go on. So this is our next unit spotlight. It's the Humble Scout Squad.
Shadow Sword. Space Marine Scout.
Scout Squad.
Somewhere in the middle next time. Amazing.
The things you can do with this like little chaff unit for 70 plus points is, I think, really good. So what happened was, I'll talk about how I use them, and then we can talk about other ways to use them. But I mean, they have pretty much Marine stats. They get a sergeant. The sergeant has 2 attacks, which actually will come into play. It didn't come into play with my usage of them, but I think that's pretty good. They have smokescreen, which is a cool reaction. I don't know if you're going to want to use it on this little cheap squad, but it is an option.
They got
Infiltrate 9. Sorry,
4-up save is the main. Just to point out the main difference, right?
Because they're in carapace armor. They're not in power armor. Move through cover, so they ignore all like movement restrictions. And support unit 2, which I think is really good because they can score up to 2 points on an objective. So that is actually pretty good for multi-point objectives for an extra unit.
I think it's slightly different, Jay, just because someone in the comments is going to say, I think it's you always count the objective 2 points less than what it is. So if it's a 3-point objective, it's worth 1.
So we will double check it as we're going on. Do you have to book handy or? Yeah, you do it, and I'll keep talking to it.
Yeah.
So, the way I used them was I took the Nuncio box, and they can't take a Nuncio box. I'm getting my thoughts crossed up. This is the big downside about them, but they're so cheap that I didn't really matter. I took the Nemesis bolters because I have the old metal scouts. For 95 points, they all have a Nemesis bolter. They get the normal precision shot. So when I was playing against Pete, they would pick out the sergeant and take out the sergeant. This happened in a couple of squads. It was good. Like, they did put statuses on people, but I think they were all shaken off. But again, they're still putting extra statuses on people. They can sit on an objective. Go ahead. Did you figure it out?
You were entirely right. So that's the maximum amount of points they can score. So that's actually pretty good.
What I thought it was.
Sorry, I completely got that wrong. Yeah, that's. I always thought it was the other way around. That's much better than I thought it was.
Yeah, so they can get 2 points, and if it's a 1-point objective, it doesn't matter. But they can get up to 2 points. So if it's a 3-point objective, because most of the ones I've seen have been 1 or 3.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not bad if you're not planning on scoring that objective, or you infiltrate to one of your opponent's objectives, which probably is not great for the way I use them with the Nemesis bolters. But I really like that really cheap squad. And Pete fired at them, I think, once.
Yeah.
They took a status. they were pinned. They didn't care. They shook it off the next turn, and they just kept firing. And they lasted the whole game. And not because they're particularly tough, but because they were such a low point unit that didn't really matter. They just sat there taking out sergeants and putting statuses on people. For 95 points, 5 of them, I think, is far better than a recon squad.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think you're right. I think the sniper rifles for 5 points is really good.
Yeah.
I think that's the takeaway here. For sure. I think you're right. For 95 points, it's next to nothing. You take out a Nuncio Vox and a sergeant or something, and you score an objective turn 1 by infiltrating onto it. That's probably worth the 95 points alone. Getting the points of an objective that you couldn't have got, and then also disabling another scoring unit quite well. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Did you talk about?
Oh, go ahead.
Did you talk about them being skirmish at all? You mentioned that just now as I was reading. So that was quite cool as well, right? Being able to spread out and have a big area of effect, a big area of control, and not being susceptible to blast weapons as much.
Yeah, that's actually another really good thing about them, which is another reason why Pete didn't, I think, bother firing at them very much. Again, there was a lot of other targets. The other thing is so you don't want to do them as the nemesis bolters. What if you do a sergeant with a combi flamer and 4 shotguns? So at this point, you have these guys that infiltrate up 9, and they just slam statuses on people.
Yeah.
Maybe panicking a unit. The other way you could do them is give them all close combat weapons and give the sergeant a melt-a-bomb. He charges up, blows up a tank. There are so many ways to use these guys. So for under 100 points, they're a huge pain in the ass that has to be dealt with. The thing is that they could end up being heroes. They probably won't be, but what they are going to be is they're going to have to deal with this scout squad if they're an up-close scout squad. And I think just simple shotguns and a simple combi weapon can make these guys have to be dealt with. Or they're just going to sit there plinking away on somebody. And again, if you do take the shotguns and the combi weapon, they could just infiltrate onto one of your enemy's objectives. And score points. Yeah. So I think that they're so good for the 70 points plus 12 points per model. And again, I wouldn't take 10 of them. I don't think there's any point. I think they're a cheap throwaway squad that gets in the way or it's just a pain in your enemy's butt. And I really enjoy them. I think they're totally worth it. I think they're really good. I think they're better than recons. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, there's one thing which I don't know if you know about, that I was looking at them between our game the other day and today, about the light unit type. Do you know what that does specifically? Or
yeah,
so that's pretty cool.
Switch to the next page.
Oh, he came prepared. It's almost as if I've got the PDF here and haven't read it. There we go.
Light can add up to 2 and snapshot after rushing. So that's really good if you just have pistols and close combat weapon, because they can run up, they can snapshot, they can score up to 2 points, and they can shroud react. These were my notes about them, which I think, again, you might not want to do to waste one of your actions, but also if it is a key thing, or you can really cause a pain in your opponent's butt by shroud reacting so they survive, I think it's a clutch thing. I think most of the time you wouldn't use it, but if you want to score, if you could do something, there are reasons why them shroud reacting is good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just think for 5 models, they're so useful. And I think that I always end up with lists where it's 100 and I have 100 points left. And I'm what do I put in? I could wedge another tax squad in, or even I have 75 points left, right? I could try to wedge a tax squad in by taking something out, but I could just put in a close combat scout squad with 1 shotgun or something.
Yeah.
And then here we go. I can throw a status. I can get in someone's way. I think, or melt the bomb. Like, I think they're great. Modeling wise, note there are the modern So I have the old metal scouts, which I think are great. They're a little small, but I think it works really good for a neophyte. There are the modern GW scout models, I think, for Kill Team, which I think with a little modification actually could work fine for this. They're plastic. You could take the eagle off the chest, or you could leave it on depending if you don't care or whatever. But like, I think the shotgunners, for example, would work almost straight out of the box. The sniper rifle guys probably would work. You know, I think with some simple bolter swaps, you could make them look far more 30K. But I think that plastic kit is totally moddable to use these guys. And it's a good kit, the new one. I don't think it looks too Primaris. The boots might look a little modern, but I think it's dealable. Actually, I think with just some weapon swaps, I think it would work fine. And the old metal ones, I think, are great. I think they would work really good too. But yeah, just some notes about modeling if you're interested in trying these guys out.
Yeah, no, they're good. Yeah, I think even just having, you can even keep these guys at 70 points.
Yeah,
and just with this light rule, so they can move 13 with this light rule. It's quite crazy. You know, like jump them on an objective. You know, they're 5 men. They can infiltrate. You can infiltrate them into some medium cover, have them pretty much hidden, and then turn 3 or 4 when there's like inevitably one objective that's open because everything's been dying.
Just book for it.
There you go. Yeah, and then but that makes perfect sense for what they actually would be kind of doing, right? Lying in wait and stuff.
Because like Pete just said, for 70 points, right? Nothing, bare bones. You have 70 points left. You have 75 points left. You can do that with a melt-a-bomb. And like Pete said, you infiltrate them into some terrain. So they're just sitting there more than 3 inches away, not doing anything, and then book for an objective, right? Exactly.
I think there's a few. They're better than meets the eye. I think keep them 5-man, keep them hidden, keep the secret, keep them safe, and just like a little hobbit, just move through the undergrowth and then claim an objective.
The hobbits of 30K right here.
Perfect. All right. Nice. So we had Shadow Swords and Scout Squads.
We're going on an adventure.
Yeah. Who knows what's next? Wonderful. Anything else you want to add about them?
No, that's it.
Cool.
I think
alrighty.
That's 70 points ever spent.
Sayonara.
Later, guys.